They've only gone and done it. The clone Commando. Here he is in all his glory. Look at that. Oh, the visor. He's a bit thick. He's a bit chunky. He's a big lad, right? And he's carrying around a DC 17M blaster. And you can change it into a grenade launcher. You've even got the melee. Look, the melee dagger's there, guys. It's there. They've thought of everything. Unbelievable. So what you're seeing here is gameplay from a new build of Star Wars Battlefront 2. And I'm using the clone Commando, obviously. It's a new reinforcement in the game. And what I'm playing here is co-op. Yes, they've added co-op to the game. Every enemy on the separatist side here is an artificial intelligence. And I'm playing with 3 other people from Gamescom. It's cool. More details on the co-op mode a bit later on. And they're also adding instant action. If you've played any of the older Battlefront games, you'll know what that is. It's basically single player versions of the multiplayer maps, and I've got footage of that on Geonosis. But what you're seeing here is the new co-op mode, and we'll dive into it a bit later on. First, the clone Commando. I mean, I'm just so happy that they put this guy in the game, because like Republic Commando is one of my favorite games, man. It's just cool. These guys are absolute badasses. They're like the elite clones put into squads, and they just do the dirty work, man. Now, primary weapon on this guy, DC-17M. Sounds amazing. Packs a punch. The second ability of it, just like in Republic Commando, is that it can be reconfigured. And in this game, it will reconfigure into a grenade launcher that fires up to 3 small grenades with high damage against vehicles and shields. So really good against destroyers, for example. Now this guy's second ability is the Repulsor Blast. I believe that we saw this in Star Wars Rebels first, and it will discharge a short-range shockwave that will temporarily disorientate enemies and knock them back. It's cool, it's just like a little force push, I suppose. We're not using the force, just this repulsor thing that they have. And then the middle ability is the Battle Focus, and this is a damage protection aura for the Commando and any allies that are nearby. And additionally, when this is active, any damage that the Commando deals to enemies will replenish their base health. And that is a pretty damn strong ability, and it'll be interesting to see how that fares in a real multiplayer match. It's just a cool unit. As I said, I'm super happy that they added this. It's a fan favourite and a great addition to the game. I do have one complaint though. Some of you may have guessed what it is already. You can't play in first person with this guy because it's a reinforcement. It has to follow the same rules apparently as the other reinforcements, which are third person only. I don't know if that's like an engine thing or a balance thing, but I just wish DICE would have made an exception for this one, because I want to play in first person when I'm using this guy. I want to see that dagger. I want to see the grenade launcher attachment flipping up. You can see it in third person, but just being able to see it in first person and run around, you know, get that real Republic Commando feel again, that would be amazing. But there you go. Can't have everything, can we? This is cool though, isn't it? Dooku just menacingly walking towards me, blocking with his lightsaber. Again, that's AI. It's cool, look at it. I mean, I kind of wish that he would attack and be a bit more aggressive, but he gets me here. Watch this, check this out. Hits me with the electric, and then I almost fell off the map there. Got a bit lucky. Well, that's the grenade launcher attachment there. Doesn't have much dip on it though, you know, it's a lot like a rocket launcher. But this co-op mode, man, just awesome. I loved it, and it's really going to give the more casual players who just enjoy a bit of Star Wars a chance to have that fantasy for a bit without having to deal with the sweats. You know, just, I mean, it's like single player in a way, right? It's just, you go on the map with your friends and just have a blast, try and complete the objectives. I was just running around with Anakin here, smashing all the all the droids up. Every hero, every reinforcement is in this game mode. You can play as whatever you want. At the moment, it's just Clone Wars. Look at this. I love this clip. So Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Dooku. And you've got the droids in the background. Oh, so good. Lightsabers flying everywhere, and then we defeat him in the end. Put Dooku out of his misery. I wanted them to hit me here, but no, they didn't hit me. And then Obi-Wan just comes in and steals all the kills. Could you? And that droid. That droid just goes flying off the edge. Anyways, key facts about co-op. So it's coming in September. 4 players. Large scale PvE. And you can choose to play as either the Republic or the Separatists. And it's just big battles on 5 different Clone Wars planets in Battlefront 2. So depending on what faction you select, your experience of that planet will be different. So they gave an example, like the droid army, you're going to be invading on Naboo and defending if it goes to Geonosis. And if you decide to play as the clone army, then the roles of course will be reversed on each planet. Like I said, all troopers, reinforcements, vehicles, heroes, villains, all available to play. And the same goes for the AI too. It's wicked. I enjoyed it. It's going to be really popular. And I think they've said that they will expand on what they've done here. I would love to see some original trilogy stuff for this. I think it's just a no-brainer. And they did hint in the community transmission that they are expanding on it. So I'm sure that that will come. Now, what you're about to see here before we move on to instant action is the hero of the Republic running off a ledge on Commando, and that's the end of the Star Wars goodbye. Now then, instant action. What's this all about? Well, single player. Every other unit that you see here is AI, and I love this clip. It's just a mad streak with the clone Commando, and it gives you those Star Wars feels. The amount of units on the screen, the blaster fire. I was playing at 4K here as well, so graphically it's just insane. Like, I love it. So instant action, it was in the OG Battlefront games, but now it's back for Battlefront 2. And in this mode, you're playing by yourself, and both teams fight over 5 command posts, which is kind of similar to Capital Supremacy, and you've got to hold a majority of them until your score reaches 100%, and then you will win the game. So key info about this, it's a large-scale single-player combat experience where you're fighting to control command posts. You fight alongside and against AI, and you can spawn on command posts using the contextual spawn system, which we'll talk about in just a second. You just control the majority of them until your team reaches 100%, and then you will win. And you can play this offline too without the need for an internet connection. It's a nice feature. At release of this, which I think is also September, you'll have access to the maps that are currently in Capital Supremacy, which are Naboo, Commando, Kashyyyk, Geonosis and Felucia, which is due to be released soon. So contextual spawning, about that's a new feature that's being added to the game. It means that you'll also be able to spawn on tactical assets on the battlefront, starting with command posts in Capital Supremacy and instant action. So once you've been defeated, you'll go back to the spawn screen and you'll be presented with the normal squad spawn menu. So alongside your squad members, which you can spawn on, you'll also be given a list of command posts that you can spawn on too, and you'll be able to spawn on any of those that your team has currently captured, even if they're being contested. I think this is great because it gives the players more options on where they want to deploy on the battle. It's not just a case of the default deploy or spawn on your squad anymore. You've now got these valuable assets on the map that can be spawned on, kind of like conquest flags in Battlefield. Just look at this clip, by the way. It's madness. Dooku is just up against like 10 clones. It's so cool. It's brilliant. I love this. Look at it. That's the most Star Wars thing that I've seen the past week. And I've seen lots of Star Wars this week, guys. It's very cinematic, and I'm sure that some of the members of the community will be in instant action straight away, recording little skits or whatever it might be, even in co-op maybe too. So we're going to finish off with some footage from Naboo. This is the co-op mode again, just going to sicko mode with more, destroying all the clones. And in the community transmission that came out a couple days ago, DICE revealed some information about Felucia, which is the new map, the new planet that's coming next. And it's all about the invasion, the separatist invasion of Felucia coming to an end. The clones are struggling to maintain their last line of defense long enough for the Republic transports to come in and collect a large cache of valuable medicinal plants for the village. So it will be similar to other capital supremacy maps in the way that it's broken up into multiple areas with a set theme for each command post, and the themes range from the traditional farms to caves that used to be inhabited by indigenous Rancor or the remnants of a mighty Sarlacc. They said that Felucia has been built from the ground up with capital supremacy in mind, and they're saying that it's shaping up to be one of the best looking planets that they've built. It's very colourful if you know anything about the place, and they're just eagerly waiting to put that out. That will be coming out in September as far as I know. Aside from that, the last tease that they've given us was that there will be content coming for The Rise of Skywalker Episode 9, and they didn't go into specifics, they didn't want to spoil anything, but they did confirm that they're building a new planet and new reinforcements based on what happens in Episode 9. So that's the conclusion to the Skywalker saga, and I'm sure that we'll get to see some of that soon, I hope. I'm guessing that there'll be a new trailer for The Rise of Skywalker at D23, so maybe sometime after that Battlefront will reveal what they've got going on. I hope so, I'd love to see it. And with that said, I am going to leave it there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video for today. I certainly really enjoyed playing this. I was only on it for about an hour, to be honest, but absolute blast, and it will be a fan favourite, both of these modes, co-op and single player. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, a dislike if you didn't, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.